So, have you ever felt like you're just on a different wavelength from everyone else around you? Like you're operating on a whole other frequency? Well, if that sounds familiar, you're in the right place because today we're going to decode that exact feeling, the feeling of being an outsider. You know that feeling, right? You're at a party or maybe a meeting at work. You're there physically, but it feels like there's this invisible wall between you and everyone else. It's like you're watching it all happen, but you can't quite connect. It's a really strange and honestly a pretty lonely place to be. So, what's actually going on here? Well, society loves to slap labels on that feeling, doesn't it? If you're quiet, you must be antisocial. If you're not joining in, you're awkward or cold. But what if that's all wrong? What if feeling like an outsider isn't a sign of what's wrong with you, but a sign of what's right? A sign that you're a deep thinker, fiercely independent, and incredibly self-aware. That's the big idea we're diving into. This feeling isn't some flaw in your character. Nope, it's all about how your mind is built, how you're fundamentally wired. So we're going to break down 4 specific psychological patterns that cause this feeling, and, more importantly, we're going to uncover the hidden strengths that come with it. Okay, first up, your abstract mind. And this might surprise you, but that feeling of being on the outside looking in, a lot of the time, it's actually linked to high intelligence. So, what does that actually look like? Well, if your mind is wired for abstraction, small talk about the weather or weekend plans feels, well, kind of pointless. It's physically draining because you crave deep, meaningful conversations. Your brain is busy noticing the patterns, the little injustices, the things that other people just seem to gloss over. And yeah, that can make you come across as too intense. But it's not a social failure. It's just a preference for fewer, deeper, more real connections. All right, let's move on to the second reason. Take that abstract mind we just talked about, and now let's add another huge layer, a powerful, deep-seated need for autonomy. A lot of people who feel like outsiders are just highly independent thinkers. You really dislike being controlled by what other people expect of you. You don't need 1,000 likes on a post to feel good about something. An achievement is real to you because you did it, not because everyone else is clapping. Your sense of safety comes from within yourself, not from being part of a group. And because of that, others can sometimes see you as distant or aloof, when really, you're just self-reliant. And hey, there's a fantastic psychological term for this. It's called having a strong internal locus of control. It's just a fancy way of saying you believe that you are in the driver's seat of your own life. You're the one in control, not outside forces or what other people think. Your sense of value, it comes from the inside. And that is a superpower. So, where does this kind of wiring even come from? Well, our third reason often takes us on a trip back in time, right back to our childhood. For many, it starts right here. Maybe you were the easy child, the one who never made a fuss, never caused any trouble. What you learned very early on was to push your own needs down to keep the peace. You got so good at saying, "I'm fine," that you carried that habit straight into adulthood. And now you can feel totally unseen even by the people closest to you because you're still hiding what you really need. Or maybe it was the other way around. Maybe you grew up feeling like you just weren't the priority. If that's the case, you might have developed this deep down belief that you're replaceable. This leads to a kind of hyper-independence. To the rest of the world, you look incredibly strong and capable. But on the inside, it's a defense mechanism, right? It's a way to protect yourself from the fear that eventually people might just choose someone else. Okay, let's talk about our fourth and final reason. This one is all about having a kind of finely tuned radar for what's really going on in social situations. You're just really sensitive to the social code. You can spot fakeness or manipulation from a mile away. It's like you can see the matrix. And instead of just playing along with all the social games, your instinct is to pull back. It's a way of protecting your boundaries. And here's the wild part. Your genuine independence can actually trigger insecurity in people who need that social approval. So, sometimes, they'll act cold towards you, not because of you, but to protect their own ego. So, let's pull all these threads together. We've talked about your mind, your independence, your past, your social radar. It is time to completely reframe what feeling like an outsider actually means. This isn't a problem to be solved. It is a profound strength to be understood. If you hear anything today, hear this. You are not difficult. You are not broken. You are simply wired differently. And that difference is a feature, my friend, not a bug. Think about it. Being an outsider usually means you have this incredibly stable sense of who you are, one that isn't swayed by the latest trend. It means you have the guts to walk your own path, even when no one else is going that way. You don't wait for a crowd to follow, you make your own trail. That unique perspective you have, it's a gift. So please, stop beating yourself up for not fitting into a box you were never meant for. Start embracing the power of your own mind. Because it is absolutely okay to be the one who sees what everyone else misses.